Okay, back for a new review. This one is about the 2007 Japanese film based off of the manga of the same name, the movie Dororo. Dororo. Yeah, Dororo. Yeah. Uh, Hard to pronounce. Keep on going Dororo for no apparent reason. Um, Overall, this movie was a great movie. If you're a big manga reader, Japanese watcher, watch anime, all that, blah 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 blah, Naruto, stuff like that. Um, Personally, it was a great movie. Had a few different aspects from the manga version of it. Was slightly changed. Hyakimaru, who's the main character, who has to fight 48 demons to get 48 pieces of his body back that his father had sold to them before he was born as a tribute, so that he can win every fight to take control of Japan and unify it. So he meets a young woman who's a thief, doesn't go by any names until he tells her all the names he had previously been called, and she decides to take Dororo, not knowing that it means little demon, little monster. Sorry. Um, Overall, throughout the course of the movie, you see maybe 5 or 6 demon fights. Um, and so far, by the end of the film, there's still 24 demons remaining for him to fight. Can't think. Anyway, overall, the few things that were really good about this movie, they didn't really use a lot of CGI, which you tend to see nowadays. It was basically all practical effects, except for a few parts where, practical effects they're not gonna work. A few of the parts where he ends up getting some of his body parts back, and it kind of distorts his throat, or he ends up like throwing up a lung and a heart and fake eyeballs popping out. That one was a practical effect, but they didn't really show him regrowing his eyes, which I thought would have been interesting to see. Few things that were different about it from the manga. Hyakimaru's a lot younger than his counterpart in the mangas. Dororo is a woman instead of a young boy, which I thought was an interesting thing. It kind of made like a love story between them, which I thought was pretty interesting. Overall, the sword fights were very good. It was very interesting to watch most of them. Since he had no arms for most of the film, it was just him using blades that were underneath his fake arms. Another thing that was a bit odd about this movie, since they used mostly practical effects, some of the demons looked basically like Power Ranger villains. The way they looked, most of the demons in here looked that way, except for a few of them. Other than that, the movie was great. Lots of really awesome sword fights. Just a great movie overall. The acting was really good. They planned on, since it had done so well in the box office, it was #1 for an entire month straight, and basically they decided that they're going to release Dororo 2 and 3. Gotta be making those, but unfortunately that news came back in 2007. The filming was slated to begin in 2009. No news on that. So far it looks like it's dead in the water, which is unfortunate. A lot of really great, like a bunch of really great animes ended that way, where it was great, they just never got to redo it, or it didn't get enough ratings in Japan, but it did really well over in America. It's just business is business, I guess. I'd rate this movie a 9 out of 10. Basically a great storyline, a lot of interesting plot points in the movie. It was a really heartwarming moment where he gets his voice back and he starts speaking, and she's telling him, "Oh, say my name, say my name." So he says her name over and over again while it's raining, and they're laughing, and just it was a really interesting moment to see how close they had gotten in such a short time. Overall, I'd rate this 9 out of 10. Great movie. The practical effects were a bit odd in some points, so I mean that brought it down a bit. But overall, it was a great movie. I really recommend it. If you get any news on this movie, definitely tell me. Let me know. Post in the comments. If you like the video, subscribe to my channel. If you don't, well, I don't really have that many subscribers anyway, so I don't really care about it. Got maybe like 2 or 3, whatever. If you have Vine, I have Vine. Under the same name. I do mostly Vines now, unfortunately, because I can't really record those videos. I could post them on here. I'm probably going to do that later, so definitely subscribe if you like them. If you don't, I'm going to be reviewing a few more movies. Next year going to be Fright Night 2, the 1977 movie from Japan, House, and Riddle, starring Val Kilmer and Elizabeth Harnois. Definitely interesting movie I saw. So expect those in a little bit, and I'll catch up to you guys later. See ya.